Let us see some of the applications of linear equations. Now, applications as in wherein some word problems will be provided to you, and with the help of the statements you have to frame a linear equation and solve it for the value of the variable. Okay, so in the question, wherever the quantity or the item which is to be found, it is not specified, you have to consider that as to be x, and then depending upon the condition you have to frame the equation. Okay, so let us see some examples. The first one says the sum of three consecutive numbers is 273. Find the numbers. Now when they are saying find the numbers, so you have to find all the three numbers, isn't it? But since the three numbers are consecutive, so even if you find one of the number, the other two numbers can be found, isn't it? Trace, for example, if the answer is 20 and the numbers or the smallest number is 20, the next two numbers will be 21 and 22. Okay, or if the highest number you got as 22, then the lowest one will be 21 and 20. Yes, so what can you see when I am saying that the numbers are 20, 21 or 22, or the numbers are 22, 21 or 20? Yes, what is the difference between the consecutive numbers? Yes, is the difference 1 between the consecutive numbers? Every next consecutive number is greater than the previous one by what? By 1. 2 is greater than 1 by 1, 3 is greater than 2 by 1, 4 is greater than 3 by 1, so on. Yes, what does it mean? It means if I suppose the lowest number or the smallest number as x, what will be my next number? It will be x plus 1. What will be my further number? It will be x plus 2. 2. Why 2? Because if you are comparing it with, suppose I am taking 2, 3 and 4. So this 3 is greater than 2 by 1. But this 4 is greater than 2 by what? It is greater than 2, isn't it? So whenever I am considering the first number to be x, the next number will be x plus 1. But the further next number, so whatever was the previous one, x plus 1, in that if you are adding it again 1, so it will be x plus 2. Okay, so let us first write down this, then we can frame the equation depending upon the condition. So they are saying that the three consecutive numbers, so let us assume that the smallest number be x. Yes, so which will be the next number? It will be x plus 1, whereas the third number or the greatest number would be x plus 2. So the three consecutive numbers are x, x plus 1 and x plus 2. Now what is the condition specified? They are saying that the sum of three consecutive numbers is 273. Sum as in addition. So the addition of x, x plus 1 and x plus 2 is equal to 273. So let us write x plus, which is my next number, x plus 1. So whenever there is a complete term x plus 1, always try to make a bracket. Even though since there is plus, the value will not change, but just keep a habit of making it a bracket whenever you are taking it as a term in which there are more than two entities present. Similarly, the third one is x plus 2, and the sum they are saying it as 273. Let us simplify. Let us multiply with plus. It will give me x plus 1. Since it is plus, so the values will remain same for x and 1, or the signs will remain same. X plus into x is x plus 2 equal to 273. So as you can see, how many x terms are there? 3. So 1x plus 2x plus 1x, that is 3x, plus what is 2 plus 1? 3, which gives me 273. Now by method of transposing, let us shift this 3 to other side. Here it is in addition. After going on that side, it will go in subtraction. So 273 minus 3, which gives me 270. Again this 3, I don't want it here. I will shift it to other side. Here it is in multiplication. After going to other side, it will go in division, which means 3x, x equal to 270 divided by 3, which is nothing but 3 ones are 3 9 are 27. So what is the value of x? You are getting 90. Now, is this your final answer? No. Let us again reread the question. Find the numbers. It means I have to find the numbers. Now, what did I consider x as to be? X I have considered as my smallest number. It means the smallest number, what did I get? I got it as 90. So which will be our next number? It is 90 plus 1. Why? Because x value is 90, which gives me 91. Whereas what is my third number? That is 90 plus 2, which is nothing but 92. So the three numbers are, so the last statement would be the three numbers are 90, 91 and 92. Okay, so this is how you have to solve. Just look at the condition, frame the equation. Before that, consider the thing which is to be found as a variable, and then you can move further. Okay, once you frame the equation, then the solving part is pretty easy. Just the main concern is how to frame the equation. Let us look at the next question. It says Mary has 15 notes of 10 rupees and few notes of 50 rupees. Now that few notes means I don't know how many notes she is having. The total amount she has is rupees 550. Find the number of 50 rupees note. Okay, so let us first try to write whatever is given statement by statement. Mary has 15 notes of 10 rupees. So if she is having 15 notes of 10 rupees, how much money she is having regarding 10 rupees? So for 10 rupees, how many notes? 15 notes. So what is the amount? It is 15 into 10, isn't it? Which gives me 150. Yes, suppose I say I am having two notes of 10 rupees. How much money do I have? 20 rupees. How did we find? 10 into 2. Similarly, 10 rupees, 15 notes. So 15 into 10, which gives me 150. Now she is having few notes of 50 rupees. Now that few notes I don't know, and that notes I have to find also. So let us assume that she is having X notes of 50 rupees. Yes, so the amount will be 50 rupees. X notes will give me 50 into X, or I can write it as 50X. Okay, so this is the amount of 10 rupee note she is having, and this is the amount of 50 rupees note she is having. But the total amount she is having is how much? Rupees 550. It means the addition of this two will be how much? It will be 550 rupees, isn't it? So 150 plus 50x is nothing but 550 rupees, because this is the amount of 10 rupee note she is having, this is the amount of 50 rupee note she is having, and the total of them will be the amount which she is having with her. Now let us solve. Transposing, after going on that side, here it is in addition, after going on that side it will go in subtraction. So which means 550 minus 150. So 50x equal to what is 550 minus 150? It is 400. Again this 50, here it is in multiplication, after going on that side it will go in division. So which means 400 by 50, so which gives me 8. It means what is the value of x? That is 8. But what we have considered as x, this is not your final answer. Always write the final statement, what is asked in the question, because x is what which you have considered for your solution, isn't it? So x is equal to 8. What did I consider x? X as the number of notes of 50 rupees. And is this the same thing asked in the question? Yes. Find the number of 50 rupees notes. It means how much 50 rupee notes she is having? She is having 8 50 rupee notes with her. Okay. One more question. The vertex of an isosceles triangle is 65 degrees. Find the measure of other two angles. Now, how many angles does a triangle have? Yes, a triangle has 3 angles, isn't it? So now, if I draw a triangle like this, and it should be an isosceles triangle. They have specified the condition. So what is an isosceles triangle? A triangle in which two sides are equal. So it is called as an isosceles triangle. Okay. So an isosceles triangle having two sides equal, the vertex angle, vertex means the one present at the upper side, so this angle, and the value is 65 degrees. And you have to find the measure of other two angles. Other two angles means this angle as well as this angle. Okay, fine. But the thing is, what is the property with respect to isosceles triangle? Yes, in an isosceles triangle, two angles are equal. just like there are two sides equal, so the angles opposite to that side. So which is the angle opposite to this side? And which is the angle opposite to this side? So just like there are two equal sides, there are two equal angles in an isosceles triangle. Okay, so we have to first of all assume that let the angle be x. If this angle is x, and just now as I have said the two angles are equal, so this angle will also be x. Yes, now I have got three angles for the triangle, but I have to frame a equation so as to find the value of x. Now nothing is specified in the question. So you have to apply your logic with respect to triangles. What is the relation between the angles? Yes, what is the angle sum property? What does it say? It says the sum of the angles of a triangle is always 180, irrespective of what kind of triangle it is, isn't it? So sum of these three angles is nothing but 180, and the reason you could be saying it as angle sum property. Okay, so it is not necessary that everything will be given in the question itself, or the conditions required will be specified in the question itself. You should be applying your logic with respect to whatever information is given, and you have to frame the equation. So now let us solve. It gives me 65 plus 2x equal to 180 degree. Let us shift this 65 to other side. Here it is in addition. After going on that side, it will go in subtraction, which gives me 180 minus 65. Yes, so 2x equal to 5, 1, 115. Again, I just want x on one side, so let us shift the 2 on other side. Here it is in multiplication. After going on other side, it will go in division, so which means 115 by 2, which is nothing but 2 5s are 10, 15, 2 7s are 15, and 5. So what is the value of x? That is 57.5, and which is the measure of the angle, hence I will be writing it as degree. But is this our final answer? No. What did they ask? We have to find the measure of other two angles. Now, since the other two angles are equal, the last statement would be the measure of other two angles of an isosceles triangle is 57.5 degrees.